What's up, mother suckers? Welcome back to the Average Bros Take. We are going to jump you into some off-season topics. And Floyd Money Mayweather, is he a sellout? Who knows?
Welcome back, everyone. We're going to do our little off-season sports recap here. We're going to touch a little bit on the basketball, the fight that was just announced, and some of the baseball. So we'll start first with some of the basketball stuff. We got a lot of moving pieces. You got the season starts in what, like two weeks?
I don't know if I'll watch basketball until like week 4.
No, you got to watch the Lakers-Clippers first game.
Yeah.
I don't think I care though.
Lakers are getting their rings in front of the Clippers. I fucking love that.
Yeah.
That's so much disrespect.
That's so hilarious.
That is.
I fucking love it. I fucking want them to be crying.
But there's no fans.
Fucking cry.
How sick would that be? The fans are going nuts, and you're like, oh my
Fuck.
god, this is also our home arena.
We're still doing
Isn't
that.
it? We are like,
Fuck.
it's so. Yeah, I know. I forgot.
Doesn't that
about
ruin
we
it?
got next season.
Yeah, like what's the plan? I haven't even heard anything. So like, are they just gonna go back and do a bubble again? Like no, like
that was the gift that was promised.
No, they're fucking
they're just gonna do it like how baseball did it. They're just gonna travel and like be
like
careful.
football, yeah.
They said, all right, the bubble was cool, but we're fucking over it.
Yeah, the bubble
That
didn't
was
work.
way too much.
Literally nobody.
Oh yeah, let's go. This is the right team, dude. I'm so lost. I was watching this, and I'm like, no, tackle him. I thought at the fucking Ravens.
Let's go. It's like
They didn't have enough money to keep renting out Disney World, or what?
yeah, no, it's like well, like last season it worked really well for them, right? Like they went like fucking 2 months plus without any positive COVID tests, and then now they're not gonna do it again.
I think
Who
they're doing
knows?
the like I don't know. I could be
This
messing
is-
this up. I think that they're doing like when they play 2 teams back to back.
But
You know what
this
I'm
is-
saying?
Oh, like a series, like a little
Yeah,
mini
but
series.
this is what happened. They fucking looked at the cost to rent out that place, have everybody stay there, and then they looked at how much they got off TV, and they were like, "Yeah, fuck you guys."
I don't think
no, you're right.
I don't think
You're
that
right.
that the players would do it. I wouldn't do that for a whole year. Hell no.
Yeah, I know you're right. There are a lot of guys, but I mean, like
They'd
now
have to bring their families.
it's
this
so
time.
close to starting now. Like, I mean, there's got to be guys that are gonna opt out here in the next couple weeks, right? Like, I mean, they did last year. It's fucking worse.
Do you not get paid when you opt out?
I don't think so.
know
These
what
guys
it
need
is.
to get paid. So if they tell them that, hey, you can opt out, but you're not going to get paid, that's like us. If we don't go to work, we don't get paid.
Yeah, it's all really confusing. I feel like even the Lakers, they made
Get
those,
rid of
What?
it, my guy.
the Lakers make their big moves this last week, like extending LeBron for 2 years and then signing AD to 5, and it's like,
The Lakers are better this year.
oh
It's not
no,
even
no,
a-
yeah,
They're fucking good.
that's
man.
that's not the question. But the scary thing is, it's just like how bad the ratings were in basketball last year, the amount of money you lost. How are you in a position to offer that kind of money right now? Like that's the whole issue in like baseball free agency. Like they can't re-sign their guys because they lost so much money.
Imagine if the pro sports just went bankrupt and no longer existed.
I don't think like
Ooh, that would be cool if we got new leagues.
I don't know if I'd want a new league. That ruins all tradition. That sucks.
I would want a new football, but back to football in like early 2000s.
Yeah, like
hitting.
gridiron.
Yeah, like the hitting back.
Gladiator.
Yeah.
Then all of a
yes.
sudden, like
Killers.
like we're fucking, everything's about science, right? Don't get in the head. I understand all that,
Yeah.
but football players know what they're signing up for. If you told me right now, I could live 20 more years, but play in the NFL for 10 of those, I think I'd take it.
I would take it. And think about all the guys now. Yeah, they don't hit you in the head anymore, but they're going to fuck your knee up for the rest of your life.
Look at how
Because
bad that
everybody
spot
goes
is.
low now.
Look at
Yeah.
how bad that spot is.
Yeah. And how is Zeke Elliott not in on 4th and 1? Oh my God, you're so lucky you got
Oh.
that fucking redhead prick.
Hey, stop it.
I'm happy for you. No, never mind. I'm happy for you. But
Yeah.
how do you not have Zeke in the game on 4th and 1? What are you paying him for? To
Yeah.
fucking wash your car? What is he there for?
Yeah.
Well, come on, put him in the fucking
He's still
game.
gaming in the fucking lounge because he forgot halftime was over.
10 more
He hasn't
minutes.
Came out yet?
Yeah, 10 more minutes, Jerry.
yeah, that's bad.
That doesn't make any sense. Pollard, what's his name? How the fuck?
I've also learned that. I'm glad you brought that up. Fuck, we can't go off what we're talking about, but nothing makes sense in the NFL. Coaches go full brain dead when they're coaching. Like they're like, "Oh, my best player is getting really good. I'm not playing him anymore."
What's that movie? Never Go Full Retard? Is that a show or a movie? What is that? Never Go Full Retard. Oh, fuck. What is that?
I don't know if you could say that word that many times on this podcast.
Which word?
You may get us
retard?
in trouble. You're making us in trouble.
What? I mean, what are you supposed to say?
I don't know. It's a technical term, right?
Special needs.
Yeah. But then that's more disrespectful. Then that's like attacking. Yeah. No. Rough
No.
subject. Fuck. What were we talking about? NBA. Back to NBA
Yeah.
because the Lakers are gonna blow everyone out, and there's not even a team close except for one. You want to hear the crazy
Nets.
opinion?
I like the
Yes.
Nets. I
The
like
Nets.
the Nets.
The Nets. I also
But-
sneakily like the obviously the Heat are gonna. There's a couple teams that can give a run, but I like
Yeah.
the. I would think the Hawks are gonna have a huge bounce back year.
The Nets, dude, like, I fucking don't like Kyrie Irving, like, at all.
How do you not like it?
Because
His attitude?
it's his attitude. It's the fact that he carries himself that, like, he's an all-time great, and he just hasn't really done anything, dude. Like,
He's a weirdo.
He's got his one ring, I get it, and then he comes over to Boston. He's a little bitch.
No, he was a bitch.
He comes over to the Nets. He plays 4 games, gets hurt again, like he did in Boston, like he did in Cleveland. Like, he's overrated as fuck. Like, like, I just can't get behind him. Like, he talks all, like, I don't know if you saw recently, talking shit about LeBron. Like,
What'd he say?
He said, with KD on the team, he's like, for the first
Oh
time
my
ever,
God.
I have a guy who can actually shoot. It's like, dude, I mean, LeBron, like, literally got you a ring.
LeBron can shoot, and he could definitely drive to the hoop whenever he wanted.
I'm biased with
anytime.
Kyrie. I think he brought a championship to Cleveland, and he single-handedly did it because I don't know if LeBron would have made those shots at the end.
No, he's ridiculous.
Yeah,
at shooting.
So and Kyrie, I don't think it's so much an injury problem, more of like an attitude problem. I think he got his head blown up because he's like, oh, I won a championship,
He's
and
like,
I'm the
he's
man.
the OBJ of the NBA. That's who he is.
Yeah, he's pretty. He's pretty to watch.
That's it.
he
Dude,
gets
this
in his
guy's a
head.
disaster. He should be cut this week.
God.
He's
He
cut. This guy's cut. This
he-
kicker, yeah.
He gets in
Break
his
the
own
leg.
head. He's like who's the guy from Game of Thrones that has all the dogs and fucking kills everybody? He thinks
Oh.
everybody's out to get him. He's a psychopath.
Yep, it's fucking Ramsey Bolton.
Yeah, the Ramsey Bolton and Kyrie are the same guy.
That's
They
a
just
bad.
think-
Like that is a
Is that
that sucks for
that's
Kyrie.
The son?
That guy
That's the
sucks.
son.
Yeah,
Of
the one
the
that's
old
like,
guy that dies, and then he takes over, and he's like just angry.
well, he's the one. He
That's
kills
he
his
married?
he
That's-
kills his
that's
dad, and then
everyone.
he
That's
rapes
everyone.
Sansa.
Yeah, he rapes on. Oh, that's right. He has
Yeah.
her as like a fucking pet. Almost.
Yeah, it's gross. It's
But he has all the dogs, and he just keeps killing everybody.
yeah,
He messed up. What's the guy? Reek.
yep.
He made That's Kyrie. He's just
Yeah.
continuously fucking
Yeah,
himself.
and
up.
you know what it
everywhere he
starts
goes,
with?
he just fucks it up.
You know what it starts with? You're fucking born into royalty like Kyrie was. You
Yeah.
fucking just won a championship as a little baby.
Gets LeBron on his team,
And
He's
then
got
he
the
doesn't
big
know what he
spot.
had.
Yeah,
He doesn't
he's
know
a
what he had.
pussy, dude.
Yeah, weak.
If he never would have left, they could have won at least another one, maybe a third.
No, yeah. So anyway, Nets and 6.
Yeah,
Nets
no,
and
I
6.
think
Anyone that has KD is.
I'd be
Oh,
how many games do they play? I think they're playing. They started this 60?
72,
72?
something like that.
Kyrie plays 42, maybe.
I bet you he plays the whole playoff.
Yeah, no, yeah.
You got to account for the three
Yeah, but
times he gets COVID.
He's playing 42.
They have DeAndre Jordan too. He's a
Yeah.
good defender.
Do they still have Dinwiddie? Do you guys know him?
Uh-uh.
Spencer
I mean,
Dinwiddie.
they're not bad. No, they're good. They're probably the best. I mean, they are the best team in the East, right? Like,
The Heat? I mean, Jimmy Butler. I think he got hot.
I mean,
It's
I think
the
he's
same.
just
it's
a-
Kevin Durant.
Heat,
Yeah.
Heat and Celtics. Celtics will have a team.
I mean, I get the.
Hey, maybe the fucking the Hornets. Maybe Lamelo's really
Oh,
good,
yeah, I
dude.
was hearing
Yeah.
that. I was hearing
Dude,
that.
they listed him with because now they the rule in basketball, like when they measure you, they can't.
Lie.
Well, yeah, they make you take your shoes off now.
So,
So Lamelo
I would
was
just put
listed at
those pads under my heels.
fucking 8 still. 6'8"
with his
He's
shoes
tall as
off?
fuck.
with his shoes off.
He's tall as fuck.
Dude, yeah, I didn't realize that.
He got huge. No, he grew.
Oh yeah, no, he grew a lot.
Remember, Joe? Did you ever go watch him when he played at Chino Hills?
Yeah, when he would fucking point at the half court line and then throw it up and
But
hit
he
it.
he was such he was a child. So, but he was like 5'3".
Yeah, well, he only
Yeah, he was
he
a
only
little
played
kid.
what there. He played his freshman and sophomore year, and then his dad was like, "Yeah, we're gonna go play overseas and get drafted." Yeah, dude.
Oh, he's legit.
That family's fucking crazy. And then what? LiAngelo Ball got picked up by
Pistons.
the Pistons for like some bullshit like
I think that's
like G League contract. Oh, it is a stunt, but it's
Yeah.
a great one.
It's like non-guaranteed. Like, what kind of contract is that?
Yeah,
What-
it's some weird shit.
My
like,
thing is,
it's like no guaranteed money. Like, he gets $10 a day. No,
Yeah.
like,
you
you're
got
good today.
you got a year in which you are struggling to make money. You're the fucking Detroit Pistons. You got nothing going on.
Sell a ticket.
Go get fucking LiAngelo and let him play and get this viewership for the fucking 4 times a year he's gonna play his brothers. It's more money than you'll make in the other freaking 68 games.
I don't know.
1,000%.
I don't know if he'll ever start or play though.
And they just need him in for a minute and 45 seconds, just the hope for that, and
That he
people will
guards him.
watch the game.
That he guards him.
Yeah.
And LaMelo fucking dunks on his
Yeah.
bigger brother.
And then you start the whole fire, and then
I
you
don't
get
think
LeVar. and
That
it's
wouldn't
like-
even be shocking if that guy dunked on his
Yeah.
fat brother. Oh, that was mean. That was mean. No, thicker brother. Thicker
Yeah.
brother.
Yeah, but I don't see. I'm cannot believe the hype that LaMelo's getting, because like that's what the hype that Lonzo got, and I feel like Lonzo
Okay.
actually played well in college, and like you saw him develop and get better, and you were like him being bad was more of a shock. Or sorry, the fact that they think LaMelo is going to be better than Lonzo is kind of a shock to me.
Same game, better shooter, taller.
Yeah, but it's like better shooter where? Like
From 3.
no, I know, but like in Europe,
The kids,
in
the,
fucking
the kids fucking,
von Liechtenstein, wherever
the-
the fuck they were.
the kid's filthy with
No, I get
for
it,
the
but he's
3 ball.
still
Slovakia.
unorthodox. Just like yeah, you're right. It is Slovakia.
Was it?
It was. I think
Lithuania.
It was. Lithuania.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
dude, what the
It's
fuck?
one of those Waynians.
I get it, but I mean, no matter what, you're shooting a ball in a fucking hoop. I
No,
get it's
yeah.
the NBA, but it's still the
But
same
they
fucking
all
thing.
fucking do the volleyball thing. Like they're setting a volleyball, and then it fucking goes in somehow.
That's all that counts.
No, I know, but we'll see. Like,
That's actually how Joe shoots.
that was
it.
the
yeah,
thing. Like,
okay, you fucking asshole.
You just disrespected Joe
Yeah.
and not even know
That's
it.
how you shoot when you're 5'3". That's why he still does it.
that's a good point. You gotta
Do the
get the.
push.
This one's not strong enough. I
Yeah.
need both of them.
It's a push.
But yeah, no, I don't know. Like that was the thing with Lonzo. Like Lonzo was like, yeah, he's got an unorthodox shot, and he still makes it. But now we got NBA defensive guys, and they're just gonna swat your ass. And
Yeah, but he came in as like a point. Like
You
he was
did?
there to distribute and assist the ball. That was his big thing. Like this guy's the best passer of all time.
Good.
They'll go
He'll
to the
be good.
playoffs this year. I
He'll
bet
be
you the
good.
Pelicans go to the playoffs.
No, not the
Oh,
Pelicans.
well,
Oh, you're talking about
that-
Lonzo.
Yeah, Lonzo and what's his name's got no clock on him. Zion's got no clock.
yeah,
He said.
what I will say
He's
about
gonna jump out the fucking room.
I'm so shocked that's even a thing. Like, got a clock. The guy is younger than he's ever gonna be.
yeah,
Like,
No.
what do you mean a clock on him? Like, he's in his prime. He's before his prime.
He's not ready to run yet.
the one thing that I'll defend Lonzo on is that he got fucked by the media and by the Lakers coming in. Magic's over here saying, "Oh,
That's a great point.
we expect your jersey to be in the rafters." Like, Magic, what the fuck are you saying, dude? This
Yeah.
guy's an 18-year-old kid. Like,
Not
get
a good
over it.
look.
Like, so Lonzo is a average to slightly above average NBA player, and that's better than what most people who get, like, you know, at least he's on a fucking all out bust.
You know who, like,
But-
if it was like first team NBA, second team NBA, it went all the way like 18th team NBA.
Yeah, he'd probably be on
It would
there.
be him, Josh Hart.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Dude,
Alex
dude, you can name the
Caruso,
perfect lineup for that, dude. Maybe even old J.R. Smith.
Oh, I love that guy.
Yeah, no,
Come on. No.
Oh, you knew he was gonna run it. Who was he gonna throw to? Like, how did you fall for that? As the DB, there's nobody within 30 yards, and you fell for the pump. He's overthrown everybody on. Fucking goddamn.
He can run his way all the way to the playoffs.
God, if I had a different body.
yeah. So yeah, besides the NBA stuff we got going on in baseball, there's been a little bit of trade action. They're doing like their fake winter meetings via Zoom. Like they typically would be like meeting in San Diego.
Bellinger's all fucking baked on Mike. He's just like, yeah, I'm here, coach. He's sitting there with his gamer headset on.
Dude, he was in a video game like that. The new Assassin's Creed, he has a cameo in it. Like
What?
Yeah, he like completely got all like you can see it. Like he's in there. He's wearing eye black. He has a bat. Has like fucking nails through it. Like he's like a barbarian. It's pretty crazy. But yeah, no, like baseball. There was couple big trades. Surprisingly, the Angels actually made a couple of deals. They're still in this boat where they're like they went out and they traded.
Who'd they get?
For guys for 1 year. They got Jose Iglesias and Rafael Iglesias. So Jose
Are they brothers?
They aren't. They are not. No correlation.
That was their strategy this year. They're like,
Yeah.
Iglesias. Let's get anyone Iglesias. Get them now.
Yeah.
Those are the two guys. I've never heard of anyone
I
else.
met this guy named Iglesias on vacation. He was so sick. Get the players. Get the players.
Yeah, so they got
Enrique.
one of them is a shortstop, so it replaces Anderson Simmons, and then the other one's the closer now. And the Angels haven't really had a closer since like Houston Street, and that was in like 2012. So
Are they good?
They had the third best closer ever.
are they good? They're not good. They're not, but it's like
the guys they signed.
oh no, the guys that they signed. Jose Iglesias he's very average. Him like I don't think there's too much to be excited about. But the Rasa like the closer, he's good. He's good for sure.
Please get us.
But so that wasn't even. Those are like the smaller trades. The biggest one was the White Sox traded for Lance Lynn from the Rangers. He was the guy that the Dodgers were kind of in on for a little bit at the trade deadline last year and didn't pull the trigger. But they traded like a former top prospect. The White Sox did, and they get this guy Lance Lynn, and now they might be the best team in the American League, I think.
When you trade a former top prospect, does that mean like he's washed up, or there's a possibility that he's like? What does that mean?
I think like
Why the fuck
to
would anybody
say-
take him?
A former. Yeah, that's weird.
to say washed up is I think too soon, but I think the right way to.
So he's like a good bad.
He's like
MLB
on his.
player.
He's like on the path to where he might end up being washed up, and this team's like taking a gamble, thinking that they can figure it out and get him to like
How
reach
old
his
is he?
potential.
And they're trading away a guy that's already figured it out and playing in the big league.
But it's only for a year.
Tell
Like
me
they
what
only
age-
have
Tell
Lance
me what
Lynn for a
age
year.
you're like a in that position. A
Uh,
washed up
like
guy,
when-
but still.
I'd
having
say
potential.
like
43.
no.
If you
20,
say
25 might be when you
I'm
start
going
thinking
out.
about it.
I'm going out.
20
I'm trying out.
26 would be like, all right, like we need to move on now. We've had this guy in this, like, because you got to think about it. If you're a guy that gets drafted out of high school, you have 6 years of control in the minors.
Okay.
So it's like 6 years, like that's 24. So if you don't get it to the big leagues by the time you're 24 and you get drafted out of high school, you're a
done?
free agent.
Who's the latest bloomer ever? Like guy that just like fucking oldest guy, fucking minor leagues, and then 40 years old. Finally
There's some guy
comes
that
in.
played this year. He was like super old.
but then
one
comes
game.
like is a beast. Like
you
actually
know,
good.
there's,
Not like Rudy, but like actually fucking kills it.
I'd
just
have to.
Oh my god!
I
he's gonna
have
do
to
it.
really look into that. That's a great question. The more
Oh my god!
adamant ones to me are like the people who were like dog shit and then now they're good. And one of them's like Justin Turner. Like Justin Turner was dog shit.
But he's always been in the show.
He's always pretty much been in the show.
I'm talking about a guy that gets in the show at like 32 and then just started cracking heads, had a good 5 years, and then retired.
Okay, well, I mean, like this isn't. He wasn't that old, but like Jacob deGrom, like he came into the league when he was like 27, and now he's 32. He's older than Clayton Kershaw. He's got 2 Cy Youngs, and he's done that in that 5-year span, and that's pretty odd. Like a 27-year-old comes up and just dominates. Like they're usually up by then.
So
my
it's
God.
like being fucking 35 years old and changing careers.
Yeah, I mean, essentially, like you have a lot of people who do that too. Like they'll get drafted as like a shortstop or a pitcher, and then they'll be like, okay, well, like I can kind of swing the bat a little bit, or I can kind of pitch a little bit, and then they'll switch positions. They'll try it.
Like I'm doing a restart.
Yeah,
Like, hey, I might have fucked that up, but I can actually
Yeah.
pitch, or I can play first.
yeah. So you get a lot of stuff like that. So
Oh, like the movie Moneyball.
Yeah,
like how
like
they moved the guy from catcher to first.
yeah, so you get some of that stuff like quite often, honestly, especially as people get older in their careers. Like for example, like a guy like Albert Pujols. Like when Albert Pujols got drafted, third baseman.
What?
Yep. And then like they casually like he played a little bit of left field when he was
He didn't
young,
rush him.
and then they moved him to first, and now he's a DH. It's just like you get older, and like that's kind of like your progression, right? Like
Kind of like how Jock will end up, or Max Muncy.
I don't know about them so much. Like, just they're already kind of there. Like the thing with Pujols is like at one point, like he was a damn good first baseman, like a damn good
At one
first
point-
baseman.
Oh, you mean
Oh,
playing
yeah.
the
like
position?
playing the position. Like
Dude, Pujols is probably the most exciting hitter that I've ever seen. I remember at a point when I felt
Really?
like every at bat he was, yeah, dude.
I'll give you 2 better.
He was hitting tank jobs, and when he pulled the ball down the line, it looked like it was a moonshot.
I'll give you 2 better right
Well,
now.
Mike Trout's my favorite, so that's one exception.
Old guys. Vladimir Guerrero, and Manny Ramirez.
I mean, you could do so many. I could do Ken Griffey Jr., even like Mark McGwire.
yeah,
Pujols
just-
is better than both of those guys.
Who? Vladdy?
Vladdy and Manny.
I don't know, dude. I feel like every time Vladimir Guerrero.
He was
and
just
Manny-
electric.
Dude, when
he was
this
not.
is-
His stats didn't.
Like
stand up
Pujols
to it.
has 2 years left on his deal, and he's not going to do well. But he's going to finish probably 4th, maybe 3rd on the all-time home run list. He's
How
going to be
many
the.
at-bats?
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't.
It doesn't
baseball,
matter.
it doesn't matter.
Like if he would only be the 4th person to ever hit 700 home runs in their career.
Who's above him?
Babe Ruth,
Okay.
Hank Aaron,
Okay. Fake,
and
fake guys.
and Barry Bonds.
Barry Bonds.
Well, Hank
Barry
Aaron's
Bonds
not
counts.
fake guy. Hank Aaron's fucking
No, I
Crazy.
know that guy. He played on the Braves.
Braves. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like
Babe Ruth
that's
played against like other boring fat people.
Yeah, but he was the best cigarette smoking
Cigar.
You know, when he played, it was like slow pitch softball.
Yeah,
like
sure.
everyone gets a pitcher of beers.
Exactly. I completely agree with that. Like if you're one of those baseball people that like, oh, Babe Ruth's the best ever. Like you're fucking stupid. Like you're
Yeah,
dumb.
You're an idiot.
It's like saying like fucking.
Make sure you bring your own pack of cigarettes to today's game.
That's like saying
Fuck,
fucking.
I forgot my smoke, so I'm gonna go home.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of the same argument that like why I laugh at people, and I don't know where everyone stands on MJ, LeBron, but like MJ played fucking 10 years before LeBron. People like biologically advance and they get bigger, they get stronger, training gets better, medicine gets better.
The sports writers in fucking back in the day, though, when Babe Ruth was playing, had to do a whole article on how Babe Ruth missed 2 games in a row because he had to go back to his house and get his pack of cigs
Sure.
on his horse.
Yeah.
Like, how sick is
No,
that?
yeah.
But the difference between back then, like even with football, it's like these guys didn't in football back then. They didn't wear helmets
Sure.
and they didn't hit as hard. The guys weren't
Yeah.
as fast. But now, if you look at football from probably the 1990s to 2010, those
different.
guys are better than the guys playing now. These guys can't take the hits.
Maybe the skill guys,
Patrick
but
Mahomes,
the quarterbacks are better.
Patrick Mahomes would not be playing this many games because he'd be getting fucked up.
Yeah, but
That's
dude-
like one exception because he gets the balls out of his hands so quick that he would be an exception. He would find a way to be better. But there are some guys that would legit die.
Yeah.
He would die.
Yeah.
He wouldn't die. He would be just like he is right now, except for he would take one hit a game that would want to make him quit football.
There's
and then eventually he would get hurt.
There's a reason Mike Vick was the only fast quarterback like ever.
Yeah, no,
like he was
yeah.
the only one team that had a guy that could move.
The safeties,
Would
going
kill
on,
you.
yeah, going even like recently, like Troy Polamalu
Oh
would
my
destroy people. Like when you could block down on defenseless receivers and all that,
Yeah.
people would die.
But football's is more. It's there's an explanation to it. It's because they've essentially changed the rules, right? They've changed the how to tackle. They've changed the approach to the game. Basketball from Jordan to LeBron
changed
is
it.
the same game.
Joe, who do
besides
you
having
think's
the replay.
hardest hitter ever.
Sean Taylor.
Mm.
Sean Taylor.
He had a short career, right?
Yeah, he got killed.
He fucking died after like what? How many years?
I think he was in the NFL for 2 or 3 years. Greatest safety of all time. Hardest hitter. Will fucking kill you. Literally. I think he killed people.
Yeah.
Like
What-
that's the difference.
What's the guy from the Giants back in the day?
A safety or a linebacker?
Linebacker.
Antonio Pierce.
No, I'm talking about back in the day.
Oh,
He may have
Lawrence
been the-
Taylor.
Yeah,
Lawrence
the
Taylor.
end. The
That's a guy that if Patrick Mahomes is playing in today's game against him, his job like during the week is like, hey, just kill Patrick. Like don't
like
worry
snap
about
his neck.
a power run play. Just let him run right past you.
Yeah.
All you're doing, even if he hands the ball off,
You're
just
hitting
kill him,
Yeah.
and that's gonna make a guy like that not want to play.
Yeah, sure. I mean, they used to have that in basketball. They have like these guys. They come in
Yeah, you
and they
come into the
fucking
hole.
foul. It's like I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna get 5 fouls on Jordan tonight,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna be out of the game. And my teammates are gonna come. They're gonna be slapping my ass, saying, "Good job, way to fuck that guy up tonight."
Yeah, and I love that shit.
Sure. Oh yeah. No, I do too. I for sure am about that. But that isn't. That's more for me. That's strategy and not skill.
That used to be
Right?
a position.
Right. Yeah.
That's like a
It's
position,
just,
like tough guy.
exactly. It's a strategy to the game. It's like if I'm
Yeah.
gonna, so like for like to compare the two, like, yeah, is it the fact that Jordan had to worry about getting beat up on. Is that brutal? Like, does that make the game harder in that aspect? Sure.
Mental.
Sure. But, like, you got LeBron over here playing with a bunch of other guys who are actually, like, not that far from his skill level. Whereas Jordan was just by far better than everyone. Like, that's how LeBron was early in his career, but now it's like he has some competition. Like, there's some fucking ballers in this league.
KD.
I mean, KD, Giannis.
Like Jordan had little white guys covering. I'm like, I will never get that image out of my head. Who was the guy that guarded him like a ton?
Larry.
No.
No, that's
There was
Magic.
John
Magic.
Stockton that guarded him, but then there was one like literally no-name guy that guarded him. Great play.
But even the dude for the coach for the Warriors,
Yeah.
like that guy was in
Steve
the
Kerr,
NBA.
yeah.
Steve Kerr.
Today's game, he's not.
He's not.
No.
That's what I'm saying. That is a big fucking wake-up call.
But your high school football team, he would be the quarterback.
Yep.
I think when we
Kerr.
we die in heaven, the first thing that we're gonna see is like Michael Jordan, LeBron James, prime one-on-one.
And
Like
Tupac.
that's gonna be your entrance. Yeah, Tupac's rapping the whole time, and you're like, holy crap! And every answer that you've ever had about life on whether
Right
they're
there.
yeah, you
He
just
shows
got
you.
it. You just got it. Yeah, and Tupac is actually still alive. He just comes to heaven sometimes.
You're riding in a car and it's like showing you who
Yeah.
killed Tupac, who killed Biggie Smalls, all the people like, oh, fucking no way like that.
Yeah,
Fuck.
dude, so much dark shit to
Oh.
unravel. He's like, no. You thought this happened?
Let's. So
I
there's-
would I would still take Michael Jordan to beat him one-on-one.
Dude, that's not
Sure,
even a
but that's
conversation
again
now.
a one-on-one game is not a real basketball game. That's like
Yeah.
saying like, oh, I can go out there and I bet you I can throw a football further than you. Oh, that's cool, but guess what? That's not how you play fucking football. I think LeBron does.
See, I have no.
LeBron just bullies him and pushes on and then fucking slams on him
That
every
was
single
his
time.
whole career, and LeBron doesn't even do that.
But he can against Jordan because he's got fucking 60 pounds on him.
Are there
Does he?
fouls?
Yeah,
Are
dude,
there
LeBron's
fouls?
a big. Fucking
Are there
boy.
fouls?
I mean, street,
There
right?
has
It's
to be
just
fouls.
one-on-one, so it's like they're
Yeah.
calling their own
Long-
fouls.
Longest yard. You good, dog?
LeBron's
I'm
just
good.
like foul.
Yeah, that's
Foul.
Yeah, they're
Foul.
calling their own foul.
No, that's a foul.
Yeah,
foul. Every time he touches the we would see his fucking.
That's another thing too. I
True
get
colors.
it that like people can make the comparison that like, oh, they don't get hit as hard, it makes the game easier. Well, how about like learning how to not fucking foul? Like you have to be careful not to foul them.
That's a different game.
That's a different game, but it is in
It's a
itself a
different game.
strategy because the thing is you fucking go out there and you foul guys like Harden and you foul guys that like Dame Lillard. They're
Fuck
just gonna
that.
make all their
Fuck that.
fucking free
Yeah.
throws.
That's stupid though,
That's
because
just
you can just
fucking
look for fouls,
boring.
and that's not like good basketball.
Sure,
you know,
but
like, how about you just go play and let the refs ref and stop looking for fouls? Don't
Sure.
because now you're making the defenders worry too much about whether they're fouling them or not, and it's like so soft.
Well, when you play at that high of a
That's why it's
level,
200 to 150.
Yeah.
every
when you
Yeah.
play at that high of a level, though, you're not like just playing this game that we grew up playing. Like you're diving into it. You're developing strategy. Like you got to play to the strengths. And like if you're a guy like Harden or LeBron, who just guys are gonna try to be all over you on defense, like learning to draw fouls is a huge part of your game.
Yeah,
huge
that
part.
is, and I don't
Yeah.
enjoy watching that. As
Sure.
a fan, I'm watching. I'm like, even with football, when a guy gets hit over the middle and it's my own team, and they're like, my guy gets knocked out, and there's an interception, and they're like, oh, illegal hit, too much, whatever the fuck it's called, head to head, and my team gets the ball. I'm pissed.
Yeah.
All right, boy. Oh, fuck. All right, bros. Welcome back to the Average Bros Take. We are here with some college football topics for you. I want to jump into the most crazy one for you, Gage, to start off.
Ohio State.
Ohio State cancels their game against Michigan. Well, Michigan cancels the game against Ohio State. So now
Best
Ohio
move that
State-
Michigan's ever done in their entire
Oh,
life.
They would have gotten
That's the best thing that Jim Harbaugh's done
dominated.
his whole career.
They would have gotten waxed like
Yeah.
a fucking new
And this
car.
is the worst Michigan team that Ohio State's played in a long time. And they beat them every year by 40, so who knows? And there's no holding up in those games. I think that they would have just won by 100 and been okay with it.
63-3. Yeah, that would have been a good score. But now Ohio State,
They got to look for a game, right?
supposedly the Big Ten will not let them take another game. The Big Ten is the dumbest conference.
So the biggest ambassador of the Big Ten, I would say, is the or maybe current AD of Wisconsin,
Really?
Alvarez, and he said that he had Ohio State's back. He's like, listen, we can't like just screw them because of what happened. He's gonna try to amend the rules where they can still get into the Big Ten, Big Ten championship, even though they didn't play this week.
Fuck the Big Ten championship. Who are they gonna play? Northwestern?
I mean, they don't have to prove anything. They just
Yeah,
have to play
exactly.
games.
No, fuck that. Let them go play Texas A&M or let them play Cincinnati. Let them play somebody.
Does anyone have a bye this week that wants it? I loved dude. I think that they should do what Coastal Carolina and BYU did this week.
Yeah.
They should do that once a year. They should have everyone have a bye.
A Yahtzee game.
Yeah, someone gets a bye, and you're just like, you know that day's coming, and you're like, who wants it? Who wants it? Anyone, first taker, and then someone like who like, and it's big for the Cincinnatis and the BYU's and all them because now they get to go, oh, we'll take it because they just won a game to prove themselves. And fuck, dude, do it. The majority of the time, the big team's gonna win.
Everybody's game's TBA until that week. Like, all right, you're 9-0.
Yep.
You can play Bama or Clemson. Fuck it. Oh my God, that was a horrible play. Yeah, so I mean, Alex, do you know anything about Michigan-Ohio State rivalry?
I don't know anything about their rivalry.
So it is the biggest rivalry in college football. Number one.
Really?
It may be the biggest rivalry of any sport.
Bigger than Notre Dame USC, bigger than Texas Oklahoma, bigger than LSU Alabama, bigger than Auburn Alabama. Bigger than any game that you can think of off the top of your head. This is the number one game in college football every year.
I mean, was Michigan like really good at one point? Like dominant? Because
they've played for over 100 years, and they've always been really good, both teams. Besides recently, Michigan just hasn't came to the table. But I mean, even in the last 10 years, there's been a couple 1-3 matchups, 1-2 matchup one year. Like Michigan's had years where they're good, and then it leads up to the Ohio State game, and then they lose.
Yeah, it's not like Michigan is this year where they suck ass. They're usually like 10-1, 9-2. Like they have a good record, and everybody's hyping them up. This is the year.
Yeah.
They're gonna get the Buckeyes, and the Buckeyes are 11-0. Come in, smoke them,
and they
hammer
truly
it
hate
right
them.
up their ass.
They
Just
hate
a
them too.
full
Like
fucking game.
You know how like some people would be like, "Oh, this is a rivalry," but then like there's no like old film of anything crazy. Like I think Ohio State and Michigan have their own highlight tape of fights. Like they fight in like midfield and walking out the tunnel, and it's fucking badass. It's kind of like a culture thing.
Who's the linebacker? Devin Bush. What NFL team is he on? He was on Michigan. Steelers. That guy, was he the one that tried to fight the entire Ohio State football team by himself on the field? He was like a psychopath. He was tearing up their logo.
There's been multiple scenarios. There's been one with Ohio State when the guy's getting his helmet like knocked off, and there's like 8 Michigan Wolverines around him, and he's on the opposite side of his entire team, and he was just throwing blows, dude. There's some cool highlight films. I think you could have that kind of like probably better to watch than Mayweather's highlight film.
Yeah, more exciting for sure. So yeah, that's kind of what we are getting fucked on this week.
If there's one year they want to take it, they can have it this year. It was not going to be anything. I might have not even watched the game. That's how confident I was. Michigan is a bad football team. Top worst 4. They're with Rutgers and Maryland. And
they're scared.
Actually, Maryland, I didn't even mean to put them in there. They're ahead of Michigan. They're on a different level.
They're scared to play football. That's the saddest fucking thing.
Yeah, can we name Michigan as the saddest
of the
team?
year?
No, the saddest team and organization and program in college football. To this day. Like, I mean, what I'm saying is to this day, and when I say saddest, I mean biggest disappointment, worst. Like I'm saying,
most
combined
hyped, but worst.
all the scenarios, like the hope that they had, they're terrible, being a huge team in a big conference. The whole shebang. The
only team that comes a second close is Tennessee. On the hype train, trying to be good, and they just suck.
Tennessee can be fit in a couple different categories, though, because I'm talking about this year.
Oh, this year.
Like all things, because Tennessee's very similar. How they're always ranked, but then some years they suck and
like disappointing. Oregon has 2 fucking losses.
But I don't think anyone thought they were going to be really a contender,
They were the ones, they were saying that they were the team that was going to win the Pac-12 and deserved somehow to sneak in the playoff. And look at our boys at USC, undefeated, just like I told ya.
Yeah.
Smoking boys.
I didn't doubt that.
So they play the conference, do they have conference championship this weekend?
Next.
Yeah, they play they play UCLA this week, so they'll lose.
Oh, yeah. Dude, UCLA sneaky this year, man.
Yeah, they're good. They have a good quarterback. USC always loses to UCLA when they should win. Always.
Where does that rank on like the college football rivalry?
You know,
That's big.
It's big.
You know, it's been so like drowned out because of the last 10 to 15
Yeah,
years. But I was
UCLA's
just
been
about to
bad.
say there was a while where we had season tickets for UCLA, and there was time. I don't give a fuck about UCLA. I don't even know why we had season tickets, but they would have ranked games against USC, and that place would be fucking rocking, dude.
Yeah, and they would. The cool thing. Oh my god!
No.
Did you see that?
No way.
No. There's the cool thing about USC UCLA used to be is they would get all the top players in SoCal and NorCal,
And
and
duke it out.
you'd have brothers on opposite teams playing. Twin brothers. I think they're the McDonald brother, TJ McDonald, another dude, and they're fucking trying to kill each other. Just for the colors on their jersey. You gotta love that shit.
Yeah.
And you have the best players out there, and it's all local talent. Their families are at the game, and now it's just those guys all go to Oregon or Alabama or Clemson. They don't stay home. Or fucking liars over there at Ohio State. Probably tell them USC's melting. It's gonna fall through the equator. Better come over here to Ohio.
Hey, people hate winners, man. People hate winners. It's a proven fact. I would love to see. You know what I want to see? I want to see Ohio State stay how they are. I want to see SC be good again. I want to see Texas be good again. I want to see Florida be good again. And Florida already is there, but I'm saying like a consistent level. I want those old teams back.
I
took
the
it for
SEC.
granted.
I hate the SEC dominance. I hate it.
I took it for granted when even Oregon was
Hate
good,
it.
but that wasn't as fun as USC in their prime. Texas, and when USC had their battles with Texas, I mean that was unbelievable. And Ohio State was good at that time, so it was just fun.
It's good football, and it's spread out. You know, the teams are not playing until the end. With the SEC, it's like I feel like they're shoving it down my throat every week. Like, all right, LSU's playing Texas A&M. Okay, Mississippi's playing Arkansas. Like, these teams actually kind of fucking suck. And they're just playing each other over and over, so you're hyping it up. I don't want to watch
And
this
then one
shit.
team beats another that's not supposed to win, and it's the biggest story ever.
Yeah, and then they think that team's good.
Zeke just got
Like right now with the rankings, I was going to bring that up. The current college football, rankings we have going on. Texas A&M is number 5, and they lost to Alabama by 4 scores. The number 1 team. Why are they even? Why? Like they didn't have a bad day. They just got fucked. Like they just got bent over the barrel, spanked their ass, and then they sent them home.
Who?
Texas A&M when they lost to Bama. Like, what is the point of having them at 5? They're done. You lost by 4 scores. There's no discussion.
Yeah, why would they stay ahead of
Florida, because they beat Florida.
or
I guess.
Cincinnati?
Fuck. Yeah, Cincinnati should be at a solid 5, and they should play Ohio State to get into the playoff.
I don't think that'll be a close game, so I'm down for that.
Make a call.
I can't like. What is going?
Yeah, I've been 3 times Ezekiel Elliott can't get in.
What
Now
happened? Are we watching NFL?
Yeah.
Okay, we're doing NFL touchdown.
Okay.
Oh
Amari
yeah,
Cooper.
they go for 2 here. The fucking analytics might actually help me one time because it says go for 2.
It says go. Where's that? Where do we read that?
So the whatever the mathematicians say. So I guess there's some sort of
Got it. He's
there's
good.
some sort of like math that says you should go for 2 when you're down by 11 under like 6 minutes. I just read this. So
I think
they
he
won't.
made that up in his gambling mind.
I know,
He's
I
like,
get it.
I'm so good right
I
now.
know. Just go for 2.
Okay, we're gonna pause on college football for this too. We're all. Oh my god, it's a fake.
Greg the leg. Let's see. I want to see him miss one.
Yeah,
He's gonna miss.
Give me a 10.
He's gonna
Give
miss
me a
it.
tenner. Give me a tenner. That's almost a fucking game. Oh,
nailed it. All right.
I
Confidence
helped him
builder.
the whole time though.
confidence builder. We had to kick it
Not
on
that
side
bad.
here.
Andy
right?
Dalton threw a touchdown. Come on, boys.
He almost
Okay.
fucked it up.
So another question I had for college football: is there any case for Notre Dame to be number 1 in the country over Bama?
I don't think it matters. I mean, to be honest, I don't. And no, there's a reason behind it is because as long as they don't have to play each other, that's the win-win, you know? Like just the 1-2. I mean, you could end up with either Ohio State or Clemson.
I got some scenarios for you guys, but I just want to. What do you think? Who should be number 1?
Bama.
Yeah, easy, right? I saw that today on the internet, and I'm just like, are you fucking idiot?
I make the argument, like, dude, like,
Bama should just be number one to start the year every year until they prove they're not number one.
wouldn't you say that someone could convince you more that Notre Dame shouldn't be in the top 4
No.
than that they should be number 1?
Yeah, you could, because I don't believe that they should have beat Clemson.
There's so much disrespect put on Notre Dame's name.
Fuck them.
No, I
You
know.
always disrespect
I
them.
fucking hate them.
Even this week, everyone's
hate
like,
them.
"Oh, it's going to be a good game against North Carolina. North Carolina could," or was that last week?
That was last week.
So last week, yeah, everyone was saying, "Oh, North Carolina could be a good game." They didn't even let that come into consideration. I think they won by 21, and like there was not a moment in doubt at all, in my opinion, in that game.
They're a good top of the middle tier team. They are not a dominant football team.
I'll take them until they lose. Obviously, you leave them right where they are.
You take them against Trevor Lawrence?
Well, they're going to see. We're going to see that game, even if we like it or not, which I'm sure we all like it. Yeah, it doesn't matter. We're going to see that game, and if they lose, it's going to be interesting.
All right, so here's scenarios. Scenario number 1. Bama loses to Florida in their conference championship game. Who's your top 4?
Ooh, Alabama, Notre Dame, Ohio State, and wait, what happens between Notre Dame and Clemson? You have to. That's a huge.
No, just okay. So Clemson wins and they both have 1 loss, but Bama loses and now has 1 loss. Florida has 1 loss,
So I think it goes.
and Texas A&M has 1 loss, and Ohio State.
It goes Clemson 1,
Yeah.
Ohio State 2, Alabama, Florida, or vice versa, Florida, Alabama.
I fucked up here, but I have Clemson, and then I have Florida, Notre Dame, Bama.
Man, can Ohio State really get hurt? by
Well,
just
Notre
not
Dame's
having-
playing Clemson this weekend.
That's what I'm saying. I think
That's what the game
How
is.
can you
I
penalize
think
them
on the
though?
12th.
Do you know
Or-
how messed up it is to be like to Justin Fields?
He's
You didn't make the playoffs, even though you did nothing wrong. You never
Yeah.
lost the game. You did
You
nothing
did
wrong.
nothing. But
Yeah,
you
I don't
didn't-
think you could do that, and you know they're one of the best 4, so you can't do it.
They didn't let them do enough. Their own conference, it fucked them. Like, that's the problem here. Like, it's nobody else's fault but their own for starting the season this late. They should have just started when everybody started. Thanks for giving us a listen, bros. Smash that like button. Subscribe to never miss a podcast of the Average Bros. And with that, good night and good gambling.